Well, round two, Alistair Lyle, the man who was on pole for round one, once more at the front of the grid as they come to the line at Croft. The man who started alongside him in race one, Nick Carr, starts alongside him in race two again. Certainly the two most experienced men in the championship are able to make that tell when it comes to a quick lap in qualifying. Well, as at Thruxton, shadows of rain in the air overhead, but it's cold and windy, not yet wet as we get ready for the start with Paul O'Neill. The red lights are on, the revs rise and away we go. Good clean start by O'Neill, not too much wheel spin. Right on the tail of Susie Hartbanks. Vince Martin moves right, so does Susie, and cameraman goes down the outside. Well, it's Alistair Lyle on the inside, Jamie Hunter down inside, Nick Carr hits him, goes across the curbs, hits him again, and Carr on the outside, can't stop, piles into the tyre stand, keeps going. Oh, goodness me, well, very quick recovery from Nick Carr, but he was the man on the outside when the trouble occurred. Heavily damaged front end of the car, and that may hurt him in the long run. Annie Templeton in the gravel at the first corner, riding again with Paul O'Neill. Vince Martin ahead, so he got past Susie Hartbanks in the first corner melee. She's in fact right behind him as he goes down the inside at Tower, and riding now with Brian Heary on the tail of that battle. He's also got past Susie. These group of cars all squabbling together at Thruxton, and now here again at Croft. Well, Paul O'Neill didn't quite get past Vince Martin. Vince Martin held on. And Brian Heary giving us a great view here as O'Neill locks the rears, going into Sunny. Brian Heary right with him. And Paul O'Neill has got some major problems. Huge vibrations there on the onboard camera. It's either a puncture or a drive shaft. Alistair Lyle leads in a big, tight, packed midfield bunch there. The same faces that we saw at Thruxton squabbling there. Clinton Osborne going around the outside, and Nick Carr stuck behind them all. Well, that will harm his championship chances. Osborne and his teammate David Shaw, the 31 car, swapping places there. Osborne diving down the inside, Nick Carr following through the open door that he left. Well, replay of the start. Watch the red nose of Jamie Hunter's car. Just a contact there, bounces across the gravel. Can't slow the car down enough. Nick Carr with everything locked up still. Can't avoid those tyres. Riding with Alistair Lyle, that's Jamie Hunter. Change of lead for the first time. Alistair Lyle, the pole position man. Jamie Hunter jumping past him there. Well, that was a good move by Hunter. Now let's see what Alistair Lyle can do to counter that. David Mason in third, Vince Martin in fourth place. And then that big battle for sixth. Susie Hartbanks, right in the middle of it, the silver car. She's chasing Mark Ticehurst. Brian Heary right with them. And that's a pretty close-knit bunch. Shaw and Osborne on the back of the group. There is Mark Ticehurst leading this group of half a dozen MGFs, all intent on occupying the same piece of the track. We'll replay again of the first corner from the reverse angle. All looks really quite clean there until you see just how far off the track the number 3 machine was. Recovered very well indeed. And Paul Hughes there having a spin as he comes out of the first couple of corners. Riding with Brian Heary through the chicane, bumping over the curbs, charging on. He's in 5th place. Jamie Hunter still leads from Alistair Lyle. The yellow car is David Mason in 3rd, Vince Martin, then Brian Heary. The red nose on the lowly car of Mike Ticehurst as Barry Benham challenges Nick Carr, wheel to wheel, door to door, mirror to mirror. Bits falling off both cars through Tower they go. The 20 car just stays ahead. Nick Carr right on his back bumper though. Nick Carr trying to make up for that incident at the start. Jamie Hunter now with Alistair Lyle really his only competition. Heary still there in 5th place. Ticehurst in 6th, can't catch those ahead, and Nick Carr under pressure from behind once more. Susie Hartbanks, the next car, lining up behind him. Oh dear, Clinton Osborne loses it, chasing his teammate. David Shaw was right ahead of him there. So riding with Alistair Lyle at the hairpin. Jamie Hunter ahead. Oh, and suddenly Hunter slows a bit. Alistair Lyle right with him, maybe just quicker on the gas. I thought perhaps Jamie Hunter might have just temporarily missed a gear, but he's got plenty of speed down the straight. Alistair Lyle's right with him. Hunter with almost 2 wheels on the white line on the inside to make sure nobody comes up inside him. Up to the apex comes Alistair Lyle, but still Jamie Hunter is ahead. Now they charge on towards the chicane. Jamie Hunter just keeping his nose in front. Yellow car of Nick Carr chasing Barry Benham. Looks to the inside, Benham covers, has to go to the outside, try and get a better run through the chicane, dives down the inside, but no way through there, it really is too narrow. Barry Benham knows he's under pressure once more. There's a slight contact between them. Something else flies off one of the cars, and this time Nick Carr is through at the chicane. Picks up the spot again. Susie Hart-Banks right behind Barry Benham, and Benham is slowing noticeably. So Susie Hart-Banks picks up a spot there. Under braking at Tower though, Benham's back on the inside. He'll hold on, or will he? Yes, he does. So Susie tried to take advantage there where she could see Barry Benham slowing. I think he probably just missed a gear or didn't get a good run out of the chicane. Susie's right with him. Brian Heary right with Vince Martin as well. And they are chasing the leaders, having their own little private battle. Vince Martin will have the inside line here. What can Brian Heary produce? Down into the right-hander and then to the left-hand hairpin they'll go. And Heary will be looking for a move down the inside. He gets his nose inside and Vince Martin can't do anything about that. Heary goes out wide, but Vince Martin's got no speed left to fight back. Mark Ticehurst is right with them. 4th, 5th and 6th. Heary, Martin and Ticehurst as close as you like. Brian Heary holding the inside line. Vince Martin looks around the back of him. And down into the first corner they go. Nose to tail, but no contact. Well, right behind them is Nick Carr. He's closing fast as well as they squabble amongst themselves over 4th. They're holding each other up. Nick Carr running at his own race pace, closing down on the tail of Mark Ticehurst. All 4 of them together at Tower now. Ticehurst guarding the inside line with the red nose on his car. Quick glimpse across to see where Nick Carr was. And he's safe, but Carr comes back at him now as they exit the corner. Oh! Barry Benham going off backwards there. And has he stalled it? No, not quite. Maybe he just quickly getting the engine back and rejoining. Brian Heary still holding on to this 4th place, but a very big slide there going in from Mark Ticehurst. He gets inside. Heary was on the dirt on the outside. No traction there, so he loses the place. Nick Carr is right with them. Vince Martin metaphorically rubbing his hands with glee, waiting for it all to go pear-shaped for the cars ahead. Carr goes down the inside, rubs his way past Benham. Benham's on the dirt again, fighting with the wheel, trying to control it. Now he's inside Carr, surely. Oh yes, there was always going to be a collision there. Brian Heary on the dirt, so too is Nick Carr right behind him. Well, Vince Martin's hand rubbing didn't take long to have an effect, did it? Brian Heary trailing smoke from that impact. The way he was shoved out of the way by Nick Carr, there was no question of him ever giving up the inside line here. He was on the curbs on the inside. Contact between them, and again because he just plain ran out of road. Nick Carr on the outside once more getting shoved up onto the dirt. Well, that was always going to happen there, wasn't it? And Brian Heary paying the penalty. He's dropping down now with an ill-handling car. Susie Hart-Banks right behind him. Nick Carr ahead there, look, going around the outside of Vince Martin. There's a brave move, wheel to wheel they go, and Nick Carr just holds on to it. I think Vince Martin may have given him a little bit of breathing room there, having seen what's happened before. Well, last lap, Jamie Hunter in the lead, a second or so ahead of Alistair Lyle. Lyle just too far away, even for the most desperate of desperate lunges at the hairpin. So race 2 will fall to Jamie Hunter, the man who finished second at Thruxton. The man who won at Thruxton, Alistair Lyle, will finish second at Croft. Reverse fortunes for them. David Mason takes another 3rd place. Mark Ticehurst, Nick Carr and Vince Martin, the rest of the top 6. But let's hear from our winner.
Well, Jamie, congratulations. A great race for you.
Thank you very much. It was a hard race, but all came good in the end. Very important to get a good start and make the places early on. So when I got in the lead on the 2nd lap, it was just try and stay there and maintain the lead.
A win apiece then for Alistair Lyle and Jamie Hunter. A fastest lap extra point apiece as well. The difference between them, 2 points for 2 poles for Alistair Lyle. He heads the MGF Cup.